All right, welcome back. We got ourselves a new podcast. These guys are a triple group of ladies that really have fun opinions and only find the best of the best articles to kind of go through and maybe tell us how they feel from the perspective of an 8th grader. So this group is called Reddit and Vetted, and they go through the internet. They find articles and they find situations where people are looking for advice or believe they are in the right. But these guys are here to let them know that maybe they are not as right as they think, or maybe they are. I'm going to pass it along to these guys and let them get started.
On this first episode of Reddit and Vetted, it's all about getting to know us and how churros are sometimes more than a snack. Just hang tight. Reddit and Vetted.
Welcome to episode 0 of Reddit and Vetted. Each week we go for a deep dive into the world's biggest message board, Reddit. We pick a theme or topic each week and find a post that catches our attention and react to them. We don't discuss our opinions before recording and debate our opinions live. We may not always agree, but by the time we finish up, you will have different views to ponder and think about. I'm Jaylen.
I'm Sophia.
And I'm Durva. Welcome to the show.
Okay, guys, so our show is basically where we read Reddit stories and we review them. So we read them and vet them. That's where Reddit and Vetted comes from. So we're just going to give you a sample in this episode. So this one is called, Am I in the Wrong for Tricking My Anxious Pregnant Wife into Going to the Hospital When She Refused? So my wife and I have been together for 6 years. And a few months ago, we had our first child, a beautiful baby girl. Tensions between us started on the day that our daughter was born. In the last 2 months of her pregnancy, my wife was feeling a lot of anxiety about giving birth. As her due date got closer, she became very scared. Even the thought of talking to her doctor would bring her to tears. When the day of her labor arrived, she refused to go to the hospital. Her family and I tried to encourage her, but she was determined to stay home. At this point, my sister and I came up with a plan. All throughout her pregnancy, my wife had been craving churros, so my sister mentioned that she was going to pick up some and invited my wife to come along. My wife agreed, thinking it would help her relax. My sister and I had already decided that instead of the churro shop, we were taking her straight to the hospital. When my wife realized we were heading to the hospital, she got very upset. She started crying and felt panicked. Even though it was difficult, we kept going because we thought it was our safest option. In the end, she delivered our baby safely, and both mom and baby were healthy. Now that time has passed, my wife keeps bringing up that day in arguments, saying that I betrayed her trust. I've apologized and tried to help her see that my only intention was to keep her and the baby safe. There was no bad intention behind it. Recently, I lost my patience and told her that constantly bringing up that day was putting a strain on our relationship. I explained that if I would make the same decision again, I had to because her judgment wasn't reliable at that moment. I just suggested that we only discuss the topic if we could be constructive and try to understand each other's perspectives. This upset her even more, and she started to call me names. This made me angry. I snapped back, saying that if she continued to treat me like this, our relationship might not last. Now she's very hurt and won't stop crying. I feel bad for saying that, but I also felt that I need to stand up for myself instead of taking repeated criticism. I'm sure we each have a lot of opinions about this article. There's a lot to unpack here, so why don't we start it with Jaylen? What do you think about this post?
Okay, I see the wife's point and being scared to give birth, but at the same time, I don't think anyone there is ready to give birth to a child. That's crazy how the only thing that actually got you out of your house to go to an actual hospital is a churro.
Okay, so I don't think the husband was in the wrong. He was pretty right because you gotta do what you gotta do to get this baby delivered. What else are you gonna do? The baby's not gonna stay in her stomach because if she has to deliver it, it's gonna be delivered one way or another. Because I get that she was scared delivering the baby because it would be scared for everybody. But at the end, she should be grateful that her husband actually helped her throughout the whole entire journey because what if her husband wasn't there? Because the baby could have been in danger and possibly her life as well. After delivering a baby, there's a lot of women who get scared because they don't know how to take care of the baby and everything, and maybe they can find some help if they need it. Well, Sophia, what do you think?
Thank you, Durva. I personally think she was putting herself and her child in danger because she was scared. I get the scared part, but at this point, it's too severe of a situation to just be scared. You have to think and you have to put in action. So like, it's good that he like got her out of the house no matter how he got her out. And she, in the original, we tweaked it a little bit to make it like more appropriate, but in the original one it was talking about how she kept berating him and kept on attacking him about it and making him feel bad and bringing it up in arguments, and it was like her ammo in her back pocket. Personally, I would have snapped back at her too. Okay, why don't we start with Durva this time? Durva, was he in the right or in the wrong?
He was definitely in the right.
Okay, Jaylen.
And he was in the right.
Personally, he was in the right, for sure. That's 3 out of 3 in agreement this week. We may not always agree, but it's a good thing that there's 3 of us so we can break the tie. Regardless of the situation, what food would you guys want to get out of the house? What would it take you to get out of the house?
Personally, tacos. You wave some fish tacos in my face, trust I'm out the door. You won't see me. I'm gone. How about you, Durva?
My mama's quesadillas. What about you, Sophia?
Personally, Chipotle. Chipotle is just so delicious. I want it so bad. I want it for dinner tonight.
That sounds yummy now. We are looking forward to doing this podcast because people can relate to the scenarios that we talk about, and they can take our advice and reactions into account when acting in future situations and current ones. We can debate over stories discussing what we think and what we would do if we were in their shoes of the person, in the right or wrong. I think we're just about at time on our first episode with Reddit Embedded. Today we talked about ourselves, a little taste of what's to come, churros, and how favorite foods can help make a family come together. That's going to do it for me, for Jaylen, and Sophia. We'll see you next time.
Bye.
Bye.
If you would like to leave us a review, please do so on Apple Podcasts, and we might read it on the show. This podcast is a production of Herrick Studios with Mr. Height and the Content Creation Foundation's 8th grade elective. The views and opinions expressed in these recordings do not necessarily reflect the views or position of Herrick School District.
All right, good job, guys. You got to your first podcast. Woo-hoo! All right.
Yay!